Choosing the right lock for your front door, it can feel surprisingly high stakes. You're not just buying a piece of hardware, right? You're buying peace of mind. So, to cut through all the noise, we're going to zero in on one of the most trusted names out there, Ingersoll. Let's figure this out. So, you're staring at your front door, trying to figure out what actually separates a good lock from a great one. It's a question we all have, but the answer is way simpler than you might think. We're going to build a really quick 3-step framework that's going to lead you straight to the perfect choice for you. Let's jump in. All right, here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about why Ingersoll is such a benchmark for quality. Then, we'll hit the 3 big decisions: how your door opens, the security level you really need, and then any special features you might not have even thought of. I promise, by the end of this, that confusing choice is going to be crystal clear. First up, the foundation. So why are we putting Ingersoll under the microscope? Well, when it comes to security, trust is, it's everything. This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? For decades, Ingersoll has been the name you think of for tough, reliable security. It's not just another brand on the shelf, it's a standard. And the heart of that standard is a very specific type of lock, the Mortice lock. So here is the magic of a Mortice lock. It's not just screwed onto the door, it's built into it. It sits inside this little pocket, the Mortice, making it a part of the door's actual structure. This gives it just immense strength against brute force, which is exactly why it's the go-to for professionals on any external door. Okay, so we've got the basics down. Now for your first big choice. And what's really interesting here is that one simple question about your door is going to instantly cut your options in half. Now, seriously, that's it. That's the first question. Does your door swing into your house or does it push out? It sounds almost too simple, but believe me, this is the most important first step to finding the right lock. And this is where Ingersoll just makes it so easy. If your door opens in, like pretty much every house I've ever been in, you need a model that ends in /in. If it opens out, you need one that ends in /out. The answer is literally right there in the product name. You gotta love that. Okay, so you know if you need an in or an out model. Now we're getting to the next layer. What level of security are you actually looking for? This is where we get into the really cool stuff. This brings us to the big security question. Do you want that absolute Fort Knox level of protection, or is the convenience of a quick, simple lock and go more your style? The answer comes down to a feature called double locking. A double locking mechanism is pretty much what it sounds like. You turn the key twice to fully throw the bolt. That second turn gives it a much deeper engagement, making it incredibly tough to force open. A non-double lock? That's just one simple turn. So you're really choosing between maximum defense and everyday ease. And check this out. Ingersoll builds this choice right into their product line. Again, you want that high security double locking feature? You're looking at the SC71 series. You prefer the quick convenience of a single turn? Well, that's the SC73 series. Your decision points you straight to the model you need. And let me tell you, for those who go for the high security option, the SC71 is an absolute beast. It's not just about the double lock. You get a solid brass bolt for brute strength, hardened steel rollers inside that will just shred a saw blade, and an anti-pick cylinder. It's a whole system designed to say, nope, not today. But what if your front door isn't a typical situation? What if you're a landlord? Or maybe you just want the convenience of a door that locks itself behind you. Well, Ingersoll has specialized solutions for those cases too. So picture this. You manage an apartment building or an office. You need to let people in without handing out 100 physical keys. That's where the SC73E comes in. It's an electric Mortice lock that you can hook up to key fobs or buzzer systems. You get that same core Ingersoll security, but with the amazing flexibility of remote entry. Or, hey, maybe you just want the best of both worlds at home. The NS80 is really clever. It combines a night latch, the kind that automatically locks when you pull the door shut, with the deep-down security of a Mortice lock. It's that grab your keys and go convenience, plus serious fortification, all in one. Now, let's talk about a term you absolutely need to know if you're serious about security, especially for insurance. It's BS3621. When you see this, it means the lock has been independently tested and certified as thief-resistant by the British Standards Institution. It is, without a doubt, the gold standard. Ingersoll's answer to this is what they call the London line, the SC10 and SC12 models. These things are built from the ground up to meet that tough BS 3621 standard, with features like a 5-lever mechanism and anti-drill plates. If you need that insurance-approved, certified peace of mind, this is exactly where you look.
Whew, okay. We've covered all the options. Now let's pull this all together into that simple, final framework I promised you at the very beginning. This is where it all just clicks into place.
And here it is, your entire decision-making process boiled down to 3 simple steps. 1. Inward or outward door. 2. Maximum double locking security or single turn convenience. And 3. Do you have a special need, like electric access or that insurance certification? Answering those 3 questions gets you right to the finish line. And to make it even easier, think of this as your ultimate cheat sheet. This table lays it all out. Just find your need in the middle column, and it points you right to the product series you should be looking at. High security for a standard door, that's the SC71. Certified security, the SC10 or 12. It's all right there. Because at the end of the day, choosing a lock isn't just about comparing features on a website. It's about getting to this feeling. That feeling that you've made a smart investment in your safety, and that you can genuinely relax, knowing your home is secure. So I'll just leave you with this thought. Now that you have the framework, you can look past all the technical stuff and ask the question that really matters. Which of these options is going to secure your peace of mind? I think the answer should be a whole lot clearer now.